How do you set goals and achieve them? Well, I've got the answer for you today. Don't miss the last step. It all is an incredible package. Like it or not, goal setting is part of life. It really is. Sooner or later you're going to go to school and there's a goal to get an A in the class. Sooner or later you're going to have a job and the goal is to earn income enough to pay your bills. Sooner or later you're going to have a goal to be healthy so you can still be physically active and have the proper nutrition so you can live a good, healthy life. So like it or not, we actually have places in our life that we actually set goals. Unknowingly or knowingly, we have goals that we set. And what I notice is that most people try to avoid this whole process of, I don't want to set a goal. But they already are living a life that requires some goals. Goals to have income, goals to be healthy, goals to have a great marriage, goals to be a great parent. They're already set. So why are we avoiding these? Why are we not really participating in learning how to set goals and get goals? I think actually a big success we could have as people is we actually get into goal setting and realize our life is full of goals. And when we don't know what we're doing and we don't know how to do this, we're going to struggle to achieve the kind of results we always wish we could have. So let's talk about why it is that there's such a big struggle about setting goals. And then I'll give you some training here on how to set goals. First off, as you look at this diagram here, you'll see that there are different positions in life. There are some people who are way far away from where the goal is. Others who just wish, but then there's those few who just want. They want to be successful at their work. They want to be successful in marriage. They want to be a successful parent. They want to be successful physically. They really want those types of lifestyles. They really want it. So, people are in different places. And to understand that here as we get into this makes sense why everybody's not just running to their pad of paper and setting goals every day. Because we're all in different places. I like to take these different type of goal setters and put them into different types so we can understand them. Type 1 is somebody who just has no goal. There's nothing. They don't got anything. They don't want anything. They're not even thinking about goals. They have no interest at all. What is that person to do at this point in their life? Well, you really are not going to be interested in doing anything unless you get interested and have a reason to set a goal. A type 2 person, they actually set goals because they have to. Maybe they're about ready to lose their house and they've got to have a certain amount of money. Maybe they're about ready to lose their spouse and they got to set some guidelines to improve themselves so they don't lose their spouse. So it's a have to. And unfortunately, this tends to be a motivator for people to set goals. I've heard individuals tell me before, students who have been to our courses, I've heard them say, well, I'm in this class because I have to learn how to set goals. Oh, really? Why? Well, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose my wife. I'm going to lose my health. I'm going to lose my job. And so they're here for that type of reason, which, it'd be great if everybody was there because they wanted to exceed, not just try to hold on to those things that they just currently have. But it's one of those types. And setting a goal because you have to still works. It still works. It's just one of those types. Type 3 is, well, they have to, but they want to. They're kind of in between. They're kind of bouncing back and forth between want to and have to. They believe they could set a goal, but still they're being motivated because of other outside circumstances. Type 4 is the person who wants to set a goal. And you'll know a type 4 person because they actually are asking questions. How do I set a goal? How do I do this better? What can I change? What can I do to be more efficient? And they're just questions because they're hungry for the knowledge about how to set goals. They have their own goal. But as they begin to ask questions, they realize their goal actually could get bigger and they could achieve it because they're learning and they're understanding what it takes. But this is a type 4. Type 4, man, they're after it. They're hungry for it because they ask questions. and they're learning. They're becoming a student of what it takes to accomplish a goal. Now there's a type 5. A type 5 not only sets goals, but they actually want to change as a person. They want to move up to a new level of living. They want to be like somebody in front of them, like a role model or a hero. So they're still setting goals, but they actually are finding people in their life or looking for people in their life that they could actually aspire to be like. Their characteristics, the way that they live, their lifestyle, what the work is that they do, their mission, their legacy. Now, a type 4 person, they have their goals, but they also are working on their own personal characteristic traits. And they know that they can change their life by achieving goals, but they also know they can change their life by following in the footsteps of somebody great. They love who they are, but they know they could rise up personally to that next level. As a mentor, working with type 4 and working with type 5 type of people is an absolute joy. To be able to support them in the steps that it takes to achieve goals, because the fire's in them. They're just excited. Now, if a person is in the type 3 or type 2, that's exciting to work with them too, because they finally see that they got to do something. Now, a type 1, I don't push them into setting goals. And this might be your spouse. This might be one of your kids. Might be somebody on your team. They just don't want to set goals. Well, what do you do for them? You just be the example by accomplishing the goals. The more you can accomplish your goals, sooner or later, they start to pay attention. That's the best part, is you don't go around telling them what to do. You just be the example. And so as you're looking at this and wondering where do you fit, you might want to set your goal on being a type 5. Set your goal on being a type 5, because a type 5 is not only working on their outside life, about their house, their income, all these different things in their life, maybe their health, their nutrition, their smarts, but they're also working on their behavior, their personality traits, that you really believe that you can transform along with your life transforming, which I believe is the best and coolest part about goal setting is I can change as I'm changing my life. And so it's this whole life experience all working together. So how do you do this? How do you set goals? How do you do this so you actually can achieve the goals? What do you do? How do you make this happen? Well, decide, is this a have to or a want to? And here's the tip. Make it a want to. Even if you know it's a have to, like you have to earn money so you can pay your bills, the attitude of have to still has that a little bit of regret and resentment in there. It doesn't have the full motivation. So select the attitude of want to. When you want to set a goal and you want to do the work, it engages and activates your mind. So that's the attitude side of being able to set goals. Here's another smart tip is set short-term goals. You're new at this. I don't know how many people, I've lost count how many people have actually attempted to set big goals, failed miserably, and then threw away the whole goal setting thing. They just threw it all away. They're just done. They just threw it away and then they gave up. But they started too big. They just started too big. There's no embarrassment at starting small because you're learning how to do this. Number 3, find the steps between here and your goal. Now, when I say find the steps, somebody else has already accomplished this goal before. Whatever it is you're doing to earn $2,000, earn $5,000, $10,000 a month, $10,000 a week. If you want to build a new home, you want to have a new car, there's been thousands upon tens of thousands upon hundreds of thousands of people who have already got this goal before you did. Find the people who are goal setters and goal accomplishers and then ask them, what did you do? What were your steps? What did it take? What do I need to change? But find the steps. Don't just make up the steps. The more you ask around, you're going to find the goal setters. There are goal setters and goal getters who live around you. They're not too far away, but they don't go around bragging too much. But if you start to talk to people, and if they don't set goals and don't know how to accomplish goals, ask them who does. Because when you can start to associate with an individual who's really good at setting goals, then you have somebody to aspire to, the way that they're doing it, the way that they set their steps, the way they do things. It's a huge game changer to have somebody to talk to. So number 3 is not make up the steps, it's find the steps. So when you choose your goal, and here's something about choosing a goal that is really, really super easy. It doesn't matter what you start with. I'm going to suggest that it's simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple and short term. Keep it simple and short term. Find the steps. Do some education. See what you got to do. Talk to people. But then now it's time to do the steps. And be super careful that you don't overload yourself with too many steps in one day. Like I tell my mentees, those who I mentor, a step a day means that you're in the right direction and it's not too far away. A step a day means you're going in the right direction and it's not too far away. Steps add up. And when steps add up, you get to your destination. One good, solid step in the direction of your goal is a guarantee you're going to reach that goal. Because if you don't take a step, you're not going to go. But Monday through Friday, you take a good, solid step. But you got to do the steps. And also with number 4 here, something to realize, you're going to make mistakes. I give you full permission to make mistakes and make mistakes and make mistakes and recorrect. And it's okay. You can recorrect your direction, you can course correct, and so that you can get back on track. You're going to learn along the way from your mistakes. Makes you smarter. And all of us goal setters, we make mistakes along the way. I think that's why it's important to get a mentor. A mentor can help you actually lower the number of mistakes that you make. A mentor is somebody who can give you advice about really where to focus your attention and really what to do next. But you got to do the steps. Number 5, track everything you do. Track your thoughts, track your progress, track your steps, but keep a log of your thoughts and feelings and steps that you take. The more you keep your mind focused on this, the more guarantee you're going to accomplish your goal. So you pick a simple goal, that is a short-term goal, so you can learn how to do this, find the steps from talking to people, and also from education, do the steps, track the steps. Then, of course, when you achieve that goal, no matter the size of the goal, celebrate. Celebrate, meaning tell people that you made it. Tell people you set the goal, it took you this long, and you got the goal. Like literally promote the whole idea about setting goals. There's not enough people setting goals and doing this process and achieving your goals. Why do we have kids that are struggling in school? Because we don't have parents who set personal goals and teach their children how they're accomplishing their goals. Getting an A in school is a goal. If it's not on their mind to get an A and they don't set goals during the school year, why should they get an A? Why are they even focused on an A? So maybe with your own children, it's time to set goals with them. Write them down. Help them find out how they can do it. What are the steps they can take? And then you can see when you fall off the path. Your spouse, you, your friend, ask them, what goals do you have set? What are you doing to accomplish your goals? I think it's time to start the conversation. I think it's time to have a movement among all of us as people to really encourage people to set goals. It's not difficult. Simple goal, short term. Remember, you're new at this. Find the steps, do the steps, track the steps. The tracking is a big part. Number 6, celebrate. You'll make it. So for learning more about what I do and what we do here at the company that can make a difference for you in your life, we really get into the teaching and the education about how to do this. And a course I'm going to suggest to you is called Art of Mentoring. Not only will you learn how to set goals and achieve goals and the whole psyche behind it, but you actually can learn how to teach people to do it too. So if you're a team leader, a business owner, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, somebody who wants to start a mentoring business, this is a great place to go. I'll train you deeper in the deeper understanding about what it takes to be able to achieve a goal. And also watch our YouTube videos, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of this incredible training that we're sending out to you. But consider this. I'm gonna go clear back to the beginning. Watch this. Be at the want stage. Everybody's got a wall. But you know what? That wall comes down when you want that goal. And when you take small steps and you get clear on that goal, you can achieve whatever it is that you want. Okay, get after it. Pick that first goal, make it happen.